Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Pokemon Omega Ruby. I'm yours, the Pokegamer. In the last episode, we kind of made our way here to the Battle Resort and kind of started checking around. We kind of checked to see what kind of move tutor moves were available. We ran into not Team Magma, we ran into Team Aqua. Wally was also here, so there's a lot of things that we kind of did in the last episode to kind of prepare ourselves for what we need to kind of eventually do. So this place, there's a bunch of junk apparently laying on the floor, as this guy says. One of them happens to be the Gengarite. There's also, I think, one of each of the vitamins, because as you can see, there's like 6 things on the ground. I think there's only like one of each. So it's, if you want a free one, it's not bad. It's, you know, 4,900 Poké Dollars or whatever. So it's kind of useful if you want to have a little bit of free money to kind of throw around for whatever. So I kind of recommend you know, drop by here and get it. So we're going to be doing more of the same today. We're going to be checking out the Battle Resort some more. We're going to kind of progress through this little side quest that I've mentioned a couple times. And we're also going to run into a few surprises as well. So something to kind of look forward to as we get into this. I actually haven't checked Cerebi to see if there's any relevant news lately. Actually, I should probably be doing that. So yeah, just kind of throwing that out there. And he's mentioning how he heard some kind of major splash, but he doesn't know what it is. What it actually is you're about to find out. As you can see, there's someone that looks very familiar from Generation 4. Pun intended, really. Looker is here, and he doesn't know where he's at, apparently. I don't know the significance of which answer you actually give, so I just went with the Battle Resort because obviously that's where we are. And then this one comes out and offers to bring him to her cottage to kind of help him get, I guess, you know, all dried up and whatnot. So, yeah. So run into that. Now this guy here, you would definitely want to come here and talk to him. It doesn't matter what bike you have, you just need to have a bike from Rydell. All you need to do is talk to him once, and then the side quest is pretty much set in motion. You only need to do, there's only one more person that you need to talk to, and we'll be getting to that momentarily. So if you talk to this NPC, she will change the music to various different music. I don't know, like, if there's a, like, if it's a very few things. I think it's like, you know, very serious music, kind of like, or not serious, but like important, like against against Wally, Champion, stuff like that. So yeah, you can change it however many times you want. I'm not entirely sure what all soundtracks you can actually get, but we're just gonna stick with this one because it's actually not half bad, I guess. Cool part is, if you leave that part of the area and you go into this one, it'll still be there. And it changes whenever you go into like a house, but when you come back out, it's still there, so it's pretty cool. So these two, they kind of want to battle each other, but they don't at the same time. The one that we're talking to right now is a ground type specialist, the other one is a bug type specialist. These two, I'm assuming you can also battle once per day. So obviously we're going to battle them at least once, just to kind of demonstrate that you can battle them, of course, and whatnot. So we'll be doing that. Well, I might actually want to play Pokemon Shuffle later. Trying to check and see what he's got here. Oh, he's just touching up on stuff. I saw a Charizard image and I'm like, oh, I wouldn't mind catching a Charizard. But yeah, and there's a few things over here about the new Hoopa movie. I'm not sure if there's anything like relevant. I think there's something about a short, and I don't think that there's any kind of like announcement for like an actual Hoopa. So I mean, there's also something about the Pokken tournament. So if you're interested in any of that, be sure to check it out on Cerebi. As far as I'm aware, there's a VGC regionals going on right now, and if you've ever paid attention to Nugget Bridge over on Twitch, they're currently live, or at least currently while I'm recording this. They might still be live after I'm done uploading this and everything, so you might want to go check it out if you want. I mean, if you enjoy VGC. So, and I know that this was kind of risque, but I was confident that an eruption from Groudon would be more than enough to kill this thing. So, I mean, whatever, I guess. I guess I could have Hammer Armed or even Iron Head, I guess. Even though I don't know which would outspeed, because I don't remember base speeds off the top of my head. Plus, I think my Metagross has max speed investment. So I'm not entirely sure how that would have played out, but I don't know. There were options that we could do. It's just like, you know, You know, he's challenging the champion. We're not going to hold back. So, Groudon all day. And I'm sorry, Rhyperior, you're one of my favorite Pokemon. I'm actually kind of sad to just OHKO you in one shot, but not really, because you're not in mine, so I don't really care. But I'm just kidding. But it is one of my favorite Pokemon. So I actually kind of want to get a shiny one again, but I'm too lazy and too busy at the moment. So Nidoqueen's his last Pokemon. Remembering off the top of my head, the other guy has as his lead a Leavanny. He also has a Heracross, a Pinsir, and the Scizor. I think that's his team. So it's not like it's a very difficult battle, and I find it funny because you'll see. I have something amazingly, not amazingly, but like just stupidly planned for the Scizor. So yeah, this will be painful for him and painless for us. So I don't see the name Felix very often. I really don't. I don't see that name very often at all. So of course Altaria is still in the lead. I should probably change it out. I don't understand how this thing's gained so many levels. I don't understand that at all. It's just levels and levels and more levels. It's level 76. It's my highest level Pokemon for some reason. Okay, I guess if you count Deoxys, it's not. But still, from like early level in the game, it's my highest level Pokemon. So like I said, Scizor. Let's see how it fares against a stab boosted max power eruption. Because, it's kind of like being that kid with a magnifying glass and you're just taking it to an ant. For some reason that ant can just bite you as many times as it wants, but I'm pretty sure the magnifying glass is gonna win. Just saying. So we're gonna light this thing on fire. Quite literally. Excuse me. Winter season's still kind of messing with me. I just can't win with that. Summer, moisture kind of like, I guess somehow messes with my throat, and during the winter, the cold kind of dries it out, so I kind of have to, try and clear it out, I guess, and get a little bit of moisture in there or something. It's weird. I don't understand why it's like that, but whatever. Not that anyone cares, I'm just, whatever. But, like I said, this battle's easy enough. You can basically use anything that we have on our team and still beat this thing, beat this guy's ass just because. But I mean, it's up to you. I mean, you could be like me and just grout on everything for whatever reason. And hooray eruption! Hooray eruption! Hooray eruption! Why not? I mean, it's there for a reason. It's super effective against bug. I mean, why not? I guess we could have used Swampert's Rock Slide, but that's not exactly, as accurate as we want it to be. So, just talking to all the NPCs. We'll get to the Mason here shortly. We're going to go full circle. So this is a memorized game. I think that we had one in a prior game. I don't really remember. For some reason, I thought that the 1 second from the left was the one that had it. I don't know. So if you pay attention, it's the one on the far right, I guess. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. I hardly paid any attention to this. This game's not that hard, but I think the only thing you really get out of it is like a big mushroom. So it's, kind of like whatever, I guess. I mean, it's worth money, but it's just not worth it, really. So, I mean, if you really want to do this, you can. I just did this for fun, and like I said, I was pretty sure that it was, that one, but it's not. As you can hear, it's, incorrect. But, at least they don't charge you to do it, unlike certain Zelda games that say, oh, well, 10 rupees to play this mini game. Oh, you fail? Well, we can laugh at you and then, charge you more rupees for it. I don't know. I don't think that ever happened in Ocarina of Time. I know that it happens in Majora's Mask, but their laughs are kind of stupid, by the way. I don't know. So we have some more huts down here, or cottages, or whatever. You talk to her and she'll give you berries, so it's cool. I mean, free berry. Nothing else relevant in this house really, other than just talking to them, and they mentioned a few things like the 100 wins in a row and whatnot. This guy, I am expecting him to talk about the Pokemon World Championships there because it's got highlighted text. So I don't know. Now this house is interesting. Never expected them to do something like this. As you can see, there's a Team Magma and Team Aqua member here, and she kind of jumps the gun and instantly wants to battle us, like really instantly. But as you can see how they're talking, they actually kind of have a more romantic relationship with each other, and obviously they're from different teams, so they feel like it's kind of that forbidden fruit, that forbidden love type of thing. And believe it or not, they actually have team members you know, come in and reassure them saying, you know, both teams have changed, they're not the way that they used to be, they don't really hate each other anymore, and believe it or not, they both actually give their approval of these two being together, so it's kind of cool that they, you know, they patch things up and are allowing things like this to actually happen, which is kind of cool. I think this is also this part of the game actually was what inspired someone to do that, dating a Team Magma member or Team Aqua member or something. So I mentioned the like manga or whatever a long time ago, and I remember linking it in one of my descriptions, I think. So if you want to really go hunting for it, you can. But so I'm not sure if you come back here and they do something else or not. I'm not entirely sure, but whenever you talk to them, they're like, you know, a bit overwhelmed, etc. And the other one's sitting over here, so, I mean, yeah. So they're kind of just not sure how to feel about their feels at the moment. So, I mean, there's that. So over here we have the mansion, and as you saw over there to the right, there was kind of like a dock, and there's things out there. But when you walk into the Mason, you're greeted by a very familiar face as well. A lot of familiar faces here. Sydney happens to be here, and apparently Steven, I guess, is here as well. So more people that you can team up with, people that you can battle against, stuff like that. So it's pretty cool that they have a lot of different faces that you can kind of see here. And stop moving around, please. I really hate when NPCs do that. Oh, hey, we'll walk here and then instantly walk somewhere else because you're not trying to talk to me or anything. Anyways, much like on the outside, there are people inside the Mason that you can exchange battle points with. These happen to have the items rather than the move tutor moves. And all these items tend to be pretty worth it, except for, of course, like the HP up and whatnot. You can buy those at a regular store. Honestly, I don't understand why they even bother putting those in the Mason at all. I don't know. If someone can explain that really, because I don't understand why it's really there. Either way, it's still there. So I mean, if you have a bunch of extra BP laying around for some reason, and you need the items, it doesn't cost you any of your in-game money. I can't talk right now for some reason. So he just mentioned something about the Pike Queen, by the way. And then you have this one here who talks about a Seviper. I can't help but wonder if somehow she's actually supposed to turn into the Pike Queen Lucy. I don't know. I mean, I mentioned this a little while ago. You can't really quote me on it, but I do feel like the Delta Emerald game that was the name of the game was trademarked a long time ago. It's still very possible that we will see that game released, and when it is, we'll see the return of things like Pike Queen Lucy, as well as the guy with the Reggies and stuff like that. So it should be interesting to see that. Should that game ever get released, I may do a Let's Play on it just because you know, the slight differences. I'm not entirely sure. So I need to do a little bit of a round thing here just to make sure that we've covered everything. We talked to all these people. And like I said, there's the docks over here. So we're going to go over here. Well, I guess I don't know if you'd really call it a dock. Kind of like an extension or whatever. We don't really have much time left, of course. So after we talk to this guy, we're pretty much going to call it a day. If you talk to him and show him a Pokemon that, you know, you've raised well, quote unquote, he'll give you the footprint ribbon for like your travels and whatnot with the Pokemon. So, I mean, it's cool, I guess. So, in the next episode, we're gonna kind of finish off the battle resort. I really don't think there's much of anything left, so we're gonna do that. Then we're going to backtrack to the Weather Institute to cover off this little side quest that we have going on, and then we're going to catch a whale mer so we can kind of get started on the Reggies, because I think that's what we're gonna start with first. So be sure to stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and until next time, this is the PokeGamer signing out.